Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. Amma ba'd. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today being 16th or 17th of Rabiul Awwal, after the hijrah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam from Mecca to Medina, 1446, equivalent to 21st of September, year 2024, we want to begin another series of Tarbiyatul Awlad, how children should be trained according to the worldview of Islam. Before I go to the lessons properly, let me make 5 points that will serve as background in this first episode, so that in the second episode, inshallah, we'll start the lessons properly. But this should serve as a background, which inshallah will pave way for everything we'll say throughout the series, inshallah. The first thing, when you want to train a child Islamically, the first thing you're expected to do is, even before the child was born, you as a mother, you as a man, or you as a woman, you're expected to select a good spouse, a good husband, or a good wife. And that is one of the prominent prerequisites of having your children trained Islamically. The reason is that in the hadith transmitted by Al-Imam al-Tirmidhi, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that إِذَا جَاءَكُمْ مَنْ تَرْضَوْنَ دِينَهُ وَخُلُقَهُ فَزَوِّجُوهُ. If a man comes to seek the hand of your daughter, of somebody, a female, under you for marriage, just look at two things. And similarly, if a woman wants to marry a man, that is what she will also look at in that man. The Prophet ﷺ said that look at the deen of the religion of that person. Is he a religious person or is she a religious person? And then look at the khuluq, the conduct, the character of that person, the attitude. How is he conducting himself and how is she conducting herself is most important. So you select good spouse that will be the mother of your children or the father of your children. I mean the father and mother of even your unborn children. So you start from there. Then after the marriage, even before the marriage again, there are many things that are before marriage, after marriage, you are expected to embark upon. And this is the two things we have mentioned, the religious aspect of it, and the khuluq, the conduct and the character of the person, of the parents, are very important in upbringing their children. If a man or a woman is a religious person, has good conduct and characters, then definitely Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bless her or bless him with children that will be highly educated, children that will be highly recognized, and they will be well trained and respected in the community. I pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make we ourselves among the children, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make our own children among these kind of children we've mentioned now. So it's very important to be conscious of religion and conduct, and in wallahi it is the basis for child upbringing in Islam, because we'll be talking about the world view of Islam in terms of child upbringing, educating a child, and bringing up children according to the teachings of Islam. One has to be very, very religious. One has to be very, very mannerful in their conduct. You can't just be a rough person in terms of religion or in terms of conduct, and then you expect Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give you good children, or you expect Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to assist you to train your children for you. No. That is why I will give you 2 to 3 examples regarding people that are very good in terms of their religion and in terms of their conduct, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala assisted them in giving them good children and they trained them very well. Let me start from the glorious Quran. In Surah Al-Kahf, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us about Prophet Musa alayhi salam and his teacher Khidr that he made beside the sea. That story is very known in the Surah Al-Kahf. The thing I want to point out there is that when Musa could not be patient with the teacher, and the teacher asked him to leave him, and then before he left, the teacher wanted explaining some of the strange things he did, and Musa was not patient enough as he wanted him to be. The last example which the teacher did was that the teacher told Prophet Musa alayhi salatu salam that ammal jidaru fakana li ghulamaini yatimaini fil madina wa kana tahtahu kanzul lahuma wa kana abuhuma saliha fa arada rabbuka an yablugha ashuddahuma wa yastakhrija kanzahuma rahmatan min rabbik wa ma fa'altuhu an amri. You see here Musa, the teacher of Musa, Khidr, was telling him that but the wall which we saw sometimes and it was about to collapse, it was about to dilapidate, and we re-erected the wall, and you asked me to take my workmanship from the people that's on the wall. That wall belongs to 2 orphans, and beneath it there's a treasury of those orphans which their father hide or buried there for them. And their father talked to Allah, invoked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah the Almighty should not expose this treasury I'm keeping here for my children until they have matured. Now the children have not matured, and the wall is about to fall down. That was why Khidr re-erected the wall, so that the wall will be on top of the treasury, and then later Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will expose this treasury to the children when they have grown bigger. But what is the reason of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala safeguarding this treasury for these two little orphans? Allah mentioned the reason in the same ayah, that wakana abuhuma saliha, because their father was a righteous man. So this is a clear indication that if you are a righteous man, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bless you with righteous children, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will protect you, will assist you in upbringing your children. That is the first example. Another example again could be found in the story of Mubarak and his master. There's this man, one of the teachers of Al-Imam al-Bukhari, called Abdullah ibn Mubarak. And this Abdullah ibn Mubarak was one of the prominent teachers of Al-Imam al-Bukhari. Everybody knows how Imam Bukhari is so influential in the Muslim world. But this man, Abdullah ibn Mubarak, was one of the teachers of Al-Imam al-Bukhari. Now the story I want to give to you now briefly is the story of the father of Abdullah, that is Mubarak. This Mubarak earlier, before he married the mother of Abdullah and gave back to Abdullah, this Mubarak, the father of Abdullah, was a slave, was one time a slave under a king and a judge called Nuh ibn Maryam. This Nuh ibn Maryam was very influential. He was a king and he was also the judge of the town, very rich. He has a daughter. According to the history, they said this daughter was one of the most beautiful ladies in that time. So many people, rich people, many kings, many princes came to seek the hand of this daughter in marriage, but no Hubunu Mariam did not agree. So they were there like that. Then Hubunu Mariam later bought a garden. This garden contains a lot of fruits. If it's like today, we'll say it contains a lot of fruits like mango, papaya, cashew, orange, mention them. A lot of fruit, different types of fruits. And then he asked Mubarak with his instruction that, Mubarak, go and watch over my garden, the new garden I bought. Go and watch over it. Mubarak was there for more than 2 months. The king, Hubunu Mariam, his master, didn't go there to check Mubarak even once. Mubarak would only go in the daytime, in the evening he will return. Another morning he will go, in the evening he will return, so that people shouldn't tamper with the garden. Then one day after 2 months, the king decided to visit the garden. And after he moved around in the garden, he later sat down somewhere under a tree, and that tree has fruits. And then he talked to his boy, that is Mubarak, that plug that fruit over there for me so that I will eat from it. And then Mubarak plucked it, and then he brought it to his teacher, Hubunu Mariam. He bite it, it was sour, bitter. Hubunu Mariam said, Mubarak, you didn't give me a sweet fruit now. Give me that one over there. And then he brought it. His master bite it, and it was sour than even the first one. By then the master wanted getting angry with the boy. Mubarak said, Mubarak, what is wrong with you? You have been in this farm for more than 2 months. I asked you to bring me fruits. You can't even identify the sweet one and the bitter one. No, do you know what Mubarak told him? He said, oh, my master, believe me, I cannot identify the bitter one from the sweet ones. Sir, are you serious? Why? He said, my master, since I came down to this farm, you sent me here. I have not eaten any fruit in this farm because you didn't ask me to eat any fruit in this farm. What you asked me today to do is that you said, if you could remember, I'll repeat to you now. You said, Mubarak, go to that farm. Go and watch over it. You didn't say, Mubarak, go to that farm. Go and watch over it and eat from its fruits. Did you say something like this? The king said no. Said, that is why I don't know which one is bitter, which one is sweet. Since I came here more than 2 months, I have not eaten any fruit. So I don't know which one is bitter, which one is sweet. The king just kept silent. Let's stop here. We'll continue from the episode number 2, inshallah.